Gamer athletes, what is going on? It's another glorious Monday with your boy, the trainer, your trainer, Coop. Welcome back to another video. This is video number 3 for you guys. If you haven't checked out other videos, make sure to go ahead and check those out on the Gamer Athletes YouTube channel. Welcome to the video. So today, unlike last week, we did a resistance band, which is what I have here. We did a upper body workout with the resistance band. So for this video, if you haven't guessed it, we're going to be targeting lower body. Okay, so I have 5 exercises for you guys to try out. I don't know if you guys will figure it out, but 5 is usually always a magic number, and I'll tell you guys why later on in the video. And so we have 2 different bands today. Now, this band is a little bit shorter of a band. This band is used mainly for squats, lunges, etc., things like that. This band is pretty worn. I've had it for a long time, but it definitely still get the job done. And of course, we have the band that we had in the last video. Please make sure to go check that out. We'll be using this band today as well. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to the workout. But first, let's go ahead and this video has been brought to you by high quality H2O. If you don't have any with you before the workout, I advise you to get some. And if you do, we're just gonna go ahead and take a little sip together, just to get things rolling, right? Make sure you drink your water, folks. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. But anyways, now that we got that done, we're gonna go ahead and get to the video. I'll see you guys for the first movement. Alright folks, so we are back with the first movement for the lower body work with the resistance bands. Now, if you checked out the very first video that we had, I showed you guys 5 basic movements that you can do at home, in your living room, in your room, if you want to do them in your bathroom, outside, the park, wherever you want to do them, you can do those movements and take them anywhere you need to go. So, this movement is going to be another simple movement, and you'll see it in the previous video if you've been watching and keeping up. This is going to be the squat. Now, the difference is we're going to add a little bit of resistance to the squat. Now, with this band, with it being so long, of course you're not going to be able to squat with the band out. So, what I want you to do, if you do have a band that's similar to this, I want you just to twist and grab, right? It's going to make it to one band. Basically, still just going to shorten the length of the band. Or if you have shorter bands, you can use these as well. So I'm going to show you how both of these are going to work real quick. So with this band right here, since you have it here, you're going to take one foot, step in, you're going to take another, slide it on up about midway in your legs, and you'll be good to go. You'll have a little bit of resistance here. Now with this band, with it being a lot shorter, you're going to have more tension on your legs with this one, even standing in a neutral position. So you can kind of go either way you want to go. This band will give you more resistance than this one, just because of how thin this one is and the amount of tension that this one can hold. So we're just going to work with this band mainly today, but if you do have smaller bands, the principle will be the same. Okay, so we're going to go into the squat, real nice and simple. And we're going to get here. Make sure we still have our feet a little bit outside of the shoulders. Now what this is going to do is as you step out, this is going to bring tension to the band. So you're already going to be using your legs and stabilizing and getting to work in. So squat nice and simple. And we're going to get down into the squat. So as you sit, your hips and your legs are naturally going to spread because you have to sit, right? As you start to sit, you'll start to feel more resistance in the band. It's going to give you a good amount of work, okay? So feet nice and planted, like a tree, just like we went in the previous video. And we're gonna sit nice and strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so basically these bands, you can put them almost anywhere and get good quality work. So further down you move them, a little bit more resistance that you're going to get. So we're going to slide it down here. This is close to about right above the kneecap, maybe an inch or two away from the kneecap. And you're going to get good resistance in your quads and in your hands, right? So we're going to sit in here. As you can tell, once you get in here, the band is going to activate. There's no looseness. It's all contracted here, right? Here, boom, nice and strong. Quads are going to be working all the way through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, guys, already, that's set number 2 for me. With these bands, you're going to have a load all the way through the squat. Even as you're coming up, you're going to feel some type of load from the band. As you get here, naturally, hips, legs spread out. You're going to activate the band more. So you're going to be working the glutes, working the quads. So you're basically working the whole leg. So make sure to try that out and get that work in. 3 sets of 10 is where you want to go. Sometimes you will have to adjust these bands as you're working. It's totally fine. It happens just because of the movement. I recommend to get the most out of the band, to put the band maybe 2 inches above the knee. And as you get ready for your squat, once you feel the tension in the band as you're standing, that's a good place to go. So, that was movement number 1. We got a bodyweight squat, adding the band to it. We're gonna go to movement number 2 for you guys. See, all right guys, we're back from the first movement from the squat that we did with the resistance bands. So by now you should be nice and warm. Legs should be feeling fired up, maybe a little tight, but that's okay. Don't worry. That's just how it is sometimes. Guys, if you can see my desk, don't mind the desk right now. As y'all can tell, we're all gamer athletes in here. I was over here having a little nerd party, doing my nerd thing. So excuse my desk, please and thanks. But anyways, while we're at it right now, just gonna bring you back. Make sure y'all drinking your water. Drink your water, folks. Drink it because you need it. Okay? We're gonna take another swig. Cheers to y'all. That's good stuff, I'm telling you, it's good. All right, movement number 2 for you, right? So, don't particularly have a name for this, but we'll name it the Gamerathletes Bandit. I don't know. We'll think of something. But anyways, we'll cut that. We're kidding. Anyways, so this is we'll basically call this a bandit step up. Even though we're not particularly stepping up, the movement and the angle that we're doing is basically, it would simulate us stepping up, right? And I'll go ahead and show you guys what I mean. So, there's 2 ways you can do this. You want a little less resistance, you'll have a full band, right? If you want more resistance throughout the whole movement, you're going to double the band. So, for me, since I work out on the regular, I'm going to go ahead and challenge myself, and we're going to double the band. So, we're going to get here. Now, this is for guys or people, men, women, children, that might be just beginning. Now, doing it on your own, being stable, standing, it might be a little difficult. Even for myself, it's a little difficult just because of the movement. So, what I want you guys to do, I want you to find a wall. Find you a nice wall just to be on. Just relax for a second, right? One, this is gonna eliminate any other unnecessary movements while you're doing this exercise, so you can focus on the leg drive of the movement. Now, this is more of an athletic movement, so you know what I mean. If you're an athlete out here, you're out here putting moves on people, this is gonna help you, right? So take this band, boom, feet inside, boom, right? Now you can do this from this motion, from right here from the knee, or if you have the band shortened, of course you'll be standing up, it'll be higher. So we're gonna be starting from here, right? And I'm right here, I'm leaning against the wall. And if you can't tell right now, once you're doing this movement, just from you standing on this wall alone, from your leg that's planted, it's already working. You're probably gonna feel in your hamstrings, you're probably gonna feel in your glutes. That's all we want. We just want the resistance, we want the work. So we're gonna go here, right? Hands planted, band is nice and strong in both hands, and we're gonna drive down. That's 1, Now, you guys can't tell, but my quads, I don't know if you can tell, are activated big time. My calves are being used, my glutes are being used right now, and my hamstrings. Just from the amount of resistance from the bottom of this movement, my whole leg is activated here. So, we're gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, controller coming up, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, we're gonna do 10 each leg. I'm just gonna give a little bit of explanation. So as you're here and you're driving through, right? As you're driving and you get to the ground, I want at least a 1 to 2 second pause for you. One, what that's gonna do, that's gonna just activate everything. That's gonna put a little bit of resistance and load on the muscle that you're working. And then 2, it feels kind of good. Can't lie, it feels good. So I'm going to show you guys the other variation here. Since we did the one leg with the band here, I'm just going to go ahead and drop it down for you guys. For the ones that might not be able to double up the band and get the work in. So if you're doing it here, I want you to just take the band, put your foot in, just like we did before. Now the resistance might not be as great here because of course you're a little bit higher and you don't have as much resistance, but the movement's going to be the same. All right, so we're going to do 10 again. 1, control it. 2, 3, good step. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it with those guys. That's it with those. So this is basically a banded step down. So for my athletes out here, for my guys that play sports, maybe basketball, football, track guys, which you guys might already know about this movement. But for ones that don't do this as much, it is a very good movement for you guys, basically to incorporate the whole leg. The whole leg. So you'll be using your quads, you'll be using your hamstrings, you'll be activating your glutes, your calves will be getting work. It's going to work your stabilizing your leg too, because once again, weights versus bands, the resistance and the load are different from each other. These require a lot of stabilizers in order to use, just because the deeper you get into the band, the more resistance that is caused, the more it's going to require you to be stable, stabilize the muscle, and getting the work in, right? So that's movement number 2, resistant band step downs. Got 3 more movements for you guys. See you guys in a minute. All right, guys, we're back. We're back with movement number 3 for you guys. This is going to be the resistant band leg press, right? So if anybody's been in the gym, you've seen the leg press machine, you'll know what this movement is. What we're doing, we're going to use this band in the comfort of our home. Make sure we're still getting that work in, just in case gyms are closed. You don't feel like going to the gym. You might be a little wary about, what's going on. Not even going to say the name, but we make sure to still get this work in at home, right? So we're going to take this band right here. For me, I'm going to go ahead and double it up because I'm feeling kind of strong today, right? So if you're feeling strong today, go ahead and double that thing up, all right? Don't play with it, don't play with it, all right? We're going to sit down on the floor. Sit down on the floor. Now, I would recommend doing this one leg a piece because you want to have one leg on the ground and the other arm on the ground just to keep you stable, right? So we're going to get right in here, right? And my leg is engaged. My leg is bent almost at a 90. And what we're going to do, we're going to just drive out. 1, good, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's with one leg right there. That's 10 reps knocked out already. Quads are working, hams are working, whole leg is working. We're feeling pretty good right now. So I'm gonna show you guys with this leg, the next variation with the long band. So we're gonna get it here, and we're gonna drive out just the same way. Use this leg, you don't have to have your foot flat. You can have it at an angle. It's just going to keep you balanced while you're doing this movement, right? 1, 2, 3. And drop out nice and strong and hold. 4. Control it back to the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's good work. That's good work already right there. So that movement that we just saw just now is going to add a little bit of a twist. One, when you're on the machine, all it is just focusing on the muscle that's supposed to work, which is your hams and the quads, right? But with this band, right, you're working hams, you're working quads. With the angle that you're at and you're sitting on the floor, you're working stabilizers, your core, you're working on hand grip, you're working on your forearms, you're working a little bit of tries, a little bit of biceps. So even though this movement is focused on the legs, you are still getting a little bit of work on these other smaller muscles that you don't even think about, all because of this resistance band, right? Because you have to use what you got at home, and this band is going to work you regardless if you think it is or not. Trust me. So 3 sets of 10. Y'all already know the magic numbers that we're trying to reach. So that movement was the seated leg press. Make sure to try it out. Y'all can double it up. Y'all can single it, however y'all want to do it. That's movement number 3. Feel like I repeated myself again, but that's okay. Now we're about to move on to the 4th movement. See you guys. All right. Movement number 4 for my peoples. Once again, appreciate you guys watching the video. If you made it this far, appreciate you guys watching the video and supporting Gamerathletes and myself as your trainer. Much love to you guys. Also, make sure y'all already know. Go ahead and get this water, this bottle of water now. We're at that mark, guys. Nice, sweaty, tired. This is where you push. This is the 4th workout, 4th movement. So you got one more movement to go after this. But this is what I really need you to dig. I need you to dig deep inside yourself and figure out, why am I doing this? Keep your why in your mind while you're doing this, right? Yeah, I want to be in better physical shape. I just want to be more active. I want to have some mental clarity with myself. So that's why I'm pushing myself, breaking through barriers that I didn't think that I could break through. And that's why I'm doing this. And this is why I do it. But I'm not going to get too much into it. So movement number 4, right? This is a movement I don't see a lot of people doing, and it's okay. It's kind of one of the things that I kind of do on my own that I like to do. And it is called a standing leg lateral raise. So one day I'll find a better name for it, but until then, it's all good. So I'm going to take this band, right? I'm taking the band. Let me get in here. Let me get inside. Right? Nice and tight. I want it nice and tight in here, right? I want constant resistance. So as I'm holding this band right here, I want to feel resistance in it. Now, some people can do it standing. You can just do it standing or find a wall. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to find a wall. I don't want you all the way up on it. And just find it. Plant it. Hold. You're going to raise the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Swap it on up. Nice quick movement for you guys. Get back in. You take the band, pull it tight. All right. You're gonna find this wall again. Nice and tight. Make sure you know where you're at. Good swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So that movement is done. Movement is done. So what that movement is going to work for you guys, and it's usually neglected, and it's a hard to reach area especially for a lot of my athletes that play sports or do like gymnastics, things like that. It's going to work this inner thigh and groin area. Now, groin injuries are tedious. Once you ever hurt your groin, it takes weeks and weeks to get it back to where you're feeling comfortable. It is one of the most uncomfortable injuries that you can have. I've had a groin injury. It does not feel good. It limits you from doing a lot of things. It hurts to walk, it hurts to jump, it's hard to squat, hard to do a lot of things. So this move is going to be focusing on the inner thigh and the groin area, as well as when you're in the lateral raise, you're going to feel the glute and the hip being worked as well. So make sure to do that movement at home. Make sure, first of all, to find you a wall. I don't want you leaning on it, but I want you to find a wall just to keep yourself planted as you're holding the band. As you're holding the band, I recommend just to put a little bit more resistance on it. Whatever foot that you have down, opposite hand. All right, so you want opposite hand. We get here, opposite hand. That's just going to put a little bit more tension on the band. So as you're getting your lift, you're going to get the most resistance at the top. All right, so that is move number 4. That is a leg lateral raise with the band. And we're about to move on to our 5th and final movement for the leg workout. All right, so I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, guys, we're back for the 5th and final movement. All right, 5th and final movement, guys. We're gonna work some calves. Get those calves working. You know what I mean? You gotta work those calves now. We can't walk around with a little. We gotta work these calves, all right? So, basic, simple movement for you guys. This is what I want you to focus on. So, if you have a band like mine, a long band, I want you to double up on this band, right? Double up on the band. I want you to get right under your toes. Right under where your toes meet your feet, right? I want you to get some good resistance on the band. Leg flat on the floor. And I want the band to basically be pulling your foot back. I want tension all the way through, right? So we're gonna have tension all the way through. And I want you to take your toes and drive them forward. All right, so we're going here. 1, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this might feel a little bit uncomfortable on like bare feet or socks. You can always put a shoe on, and that's fine. Especially on your pinky toe. It does, you know, you feel it a little bit, but if not, I prefer being barefoot or with socks on. So you can try it either way, and just focus on the motion. All right, so same, we're swapping legs now. Make sure we're having the leg flat on the floor. You want enough resistance on the band to have your toes and your feet slightly pulled back, and you want to drive forward again with your toes. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so guys, getting a good burn already. So this movement right here for the calf raise is going to not only work your calves, but it's going to work on ankle mobility for you guys too, because you need to have that. And also as well, it's going to help strengthen and build on this Achilles of yours too. So fingers crossed no one ever ruptures their Achilles, but if you are someone that has or has hurt it, many sports, anything like that, this banded work can definitely help you. But that is the 5th and final movement, guys, of the lower body workout with the resistance band. Do appreciate you guys coming through and watching and hanging out. I hope you made it all the way through the workout, and that you put your best foot forward. Once again, shout out to Gamerathletes bringing me on as your trainer. Hopefully you guys are watching the videos and getting something from this. This is all stuff that I tend to do. Some things I come up with on my own. I create a lot of my own workouts, a lot of my own movements, but they do work, so make sure to try them out. If you are interested in any other type of workouts, so specifics to anime, video games, things like that, make sure to message me or Gamerathletes, and we'll figure out something to work out for you guys. That's actually something I would be very interested in doing but we'll talk about that more in the near future. But do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Much love to all of you. Make sure, guys, take the time to be thankful and take the time for yourself. Wake up in the morning, tell yourself thank you. Tell yourself that you're proud of yourself and the things that you're doing to get better in your life and strive to be one step closer to your goals. So, hope y'all have fun to work out. Y'all make sure to, oh man. Catch you guys in the next video. See ya.